Hello, lovelies. I have today some nice readings that I have been meditating on regarding questions I can ask, and also there has been some questions that have been coming through me as a questions that need to be asked, and questions that the Akashic field would like to know people to know about. And while I was receiving all these questions, I did receive there was a question that really needed to be answered, and it feels like it's an important one, even though to be honest, at the first moment I read it, I thought that it's a silly question, and I'll ask it anyway, just for the fun of it, but not anymore. So right now I will do a reading on FG, which stands for Future Grosvenor, or the future wife of Hugh Grosvenor. And not just the wife, we're not interested here, but the love of his life. So I would like to know right now, how will people see her? So how will his family see her? How will his social circle see her? And let me see here. I would say here, yes, by social circle, I would say here friends and personal acquaintances. And here I would like to see how the world will see her. And by world, it kind of felt like this is not going to be a type of woman who will go out and make statements, fashion statements, or all kinds of. She's not going to be look at me type of person. So by world over here, I see his people in his world, his professional world, people he needs to be around. And over here, this is what really came to me as a very strange way to look at things. Again, this is the hidden forces at work, whatever that is, the hidden forces at work. And right here, I'm going to place a additional card for each of these areas of his life, how she will be looking at those, people and those areas of his life. So I'm tempted to look at the hidden forces at work, so I will leave it at that. This wanted to go backwards. So let me see if you can see it. Okay, you can see it perfectly. Perfect. So his family. So when it comes to his family, she will not be in a good position. Basically, there will be different circles. It doesn't feel like this is a really united family. But anyway, there's three very very important for Hugh Grosvenor's opinion, people represented here. I'll talk about the first one. This is a clear sign. Like, for example, there were people who were saying that, thinking that she will come off as a gold digger. But this card here says that somebody in his family is going to be very jealous of her, jealous of what she has, whatever it is. There's somebody there who will be extremely jealous of her. That usually leads to bad mouthing people, or creating a smear campaigns to discredit them, to try to one up them. But in the core of things, that's really it. Somebody who does not feel that they measure up, somebody who would not think that they're smart like her, or beautiful like her, or accomplished in life like her, something like that. There is another person who would be uh, looking at this. Maybe there's somebody else, maybe this is not the best person for you. You're a young person, you can wait a little more. There's plenty of women out there, plenty of fish in the sea. Just don't make a choice right now. That's that type of person that is saying, wait a little more. you know it's not time yet for you. Um and by the way, this person, that card for this person really came as reversed, so that's where I get the intense jealousy for. Again, even if it wasn't coming as a reverse card, it was speaking of jealousy. But as a reversed, again, I would say it's really intense in jealousy. Oh gosh, that could be somebody not in his family, but people who are married to people in his family. I still think this is a woman. So again, I don't know. The third person who would be like vocal when it comes to his family. Yeah, they're not interesting. They're not interesting because whatever they try to do against this woman FG, whatever they try to accomplish with, again, it doesn't matter what actions they would take, it will come to bite them back. Yeah, this is the kind of let me start a rumor about you, and in the end up with a trip to the police station. That kind of situation where, actually, for this person, if they recognize themselves, I would really appreciate, like, I would highly recommend for them to just not do whatever they think they can do. Just not do it, because again, it will not end in their favor. About her attitude towards them, towards his family, and like by family, anyone whom he considers as family, and is blood related to him one way or another. She's there, with her heart, to just to love him and the people around him. So these are good cards. Let's see about his social circle. I think the person who asked the question, if she will be seen as a gold digger, was asking about the social circle. And yes, the social circle will be seeing her as a gold digger. Now, if for those of you who would like to know what a gold digger card is, usually when you're asking questions about communication, when you're asking about communication or attitude towards you, when you see swords, and especially King of Swords, that's a very powerful person who will not like that lady, who would it doesn't matter what she does or doesn't do, just the moment that just the fact that and that's a he. These are all men. So it's really the men in his circle, not the women. there were for some interesting reason in his family were showing women, but in his circle it's men that are showing up. So the tower right here, usually the tower is about not having false beliefs, and I've seen this in when it comes to attitude towards other people, maybe people from other backgrounds. For example, if this lady, and I'm not saying that this is what will happen, but if this lady is coming from let's say a gypsy kind of family where she loves to go in nature and go camping and going from country to country to visit and things like that, if she's that free nomad type of spirit, and that person right here, and actually that's not one person, that's a lot of people here that represent, so kind of like the majority of it's raining outside, what you're hearing. The majority of the people in his circle would be seeing her as very different from them. Like, for example, again, as in example, I was going to say, if you see somebody who likes camping and going in nature and being and traveling, who loves the nomad lifestyle, and you see somebody who's working on the stock exchange, who wakes up for with the idea what kind of suit I'm going to buy today, or how expensive, more expensive is my suit than your suit, and people who are like all their life is around dealing with money, showing money, going to the 5-star hotels, having the 5-star experience in life, like for example, bringing a helicopter from one golf course to another just because the golf course you're in doesn't have the right cheese that you liked in this moment at that morning breakfast and something like that. So that type of people, they will see her like, where did this thing come from? Like, how like, that's not possible. This is one person. So one person in particular in his environment, in his social circle, will be really critical of her. He will not be like, I would say, classist. That actually the tower is thing that a card that I was expecting to see from her, but it's again, it's interesting reading so far. One person in his social circle will be critical of her, very critical of her, and actually he will not be critical undeservedly. So the bunch of people here, they will be just seeing that lady on the surface, not seeing the depth behind her. They really will not see her for who she really is, and that's really an advice, not for her, but advice for Hugh Grossvenor to really know, to really be watchful that people will not will see the surface. That doesn't mean they're how can I say, superficial or lack empathy or something. No, they just don't have a different experience in life, and they just see the surface, and they judge people on the surface, on what they perceive what the surface is. But this guy here, and again, that's not a lot of people. Here's a couple of people. there's most of them are here, but there's one man here that he will be critical of her, and the critique that he has, it has value. It is truthful. He's going to be criticizing her for really things that are worth listening to, not worth breaking up from whatever they will have, but it's worth listening to that. And over here, there will be people from, again, the out, just not that inner circle, kind of like the outside of the circle, who will just see her like, okay, she's in here in it for the gaining, and she doesn't deserve it. She just, she's getting something that she doesn't deserve, and for them, anyone who marries up or who dates up is a social climber. So for them, it's like the flies. It shouldn't bother you. What is she bringing? So that's an interesting. For her, in the social circle, she will bring her business ideas or business. Again, I don't know what that is, but for her, these people are a source of income. Yeah, it looks strange. It's not like she will be learning from them. She will be teaching them, in a way. I don't know how. Let's see the social circle, the business circle, or again, I don't. I didn't feel that that I need to pull cards for people on the internet who would be interested in her, but that it had weight to bring cards for that one. So usually the cups, when they come out, they are positive cards. They're very positive cards. They are cards that are signaling love or something from the heart. With the business circle, with where she would need to be kind of like representative of him and his family. There will be people who see them as a happy family that found each other, and will secretly say the thing that there's something fake in there. They will, they can be really happy. There's something like, maybe she's a hired actor or something like that. It's not real, On the surface, they will look so nice, so good together, but they're probably there. She's a hired actor. That card, again, is a very self-explanatory. There will be people in his social, in his business circle, and again, I'm focusing really on the business, but it's a little bit more. People who will see her as a leech, as somebody who is paid for. I'm guessing that in certain situations he will need to step up and pay for the both of them. But people will see that in a bad way. They will be like, oh, she's spending his money, and he's a dumb guy, one of the many. And this really ties up to this Tower card. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, it's right here. eh, again, people will judge. Right now, they will not judge her, but it will judge them, their relationship on the surface. And on the surface, it will be like, he's paying for everything, and she's just taking. She's maybe some will see it in a bad way, but most will see it as, she doesn't have. Yeah, she has, and but it won't be like, oh, what a lucky woman. No, it will be a judgmental way. And right here, there will be some few. I'm really like stressing on the few part here, because there will be some who will see that what they have between them is love, and really nice love, and the kind of a romance novel love, type of love. Again, I don't know how they'll meet, or if they've met or whatever. That's not the question that came out from the Akasha for them, that really needed me to ask it. So how will she see them? She's going to be patient. She will act with dignity in like social business standing, when they these are all, for example, these are all seeing them as one unit. Yeah. So for example, his family will be very much in her business. His social circle will be very much in trying to discredit her, even though she will go there with, you know what, I don't have as much as he has, but I have my own thing, and that my own thing could be, again, here it's coming as Ace of Pentacles, which is strictly with money, but it somehow it feels like it's not about money. It's what she brings to the table, and what she brings is qualities, experiences, things that you cannot measure with money, and she knows her worth. She knows her worth, and her worth is not a dollar sign. With the social standing, if you noticed, it's really other people seeing them as a couple, as a one unit. So there will be some jealousy, but it's not that personal. It's not like here, it's definitely not like here. Here is like, from the outside, this is how it looks like. So she will hold her ground. She will behave with dignity, and she will wait. She will patiently wait for the time in which they together will be perceived as a, I would say, equal, but not equal in the sense of I'm a woman is equal to a man, or whatever it is. Equal in terms of one family unit, one power couple, but like the real power couple, not the ones who are, being powerful only on muscles. Now the hidden part. This is what really was prompted me to really do this reading, not as a as a regular yes no reading, but as a full-blown reading, because again, it felt like it felt like there are some dangers that we ordinary people are not aware of, that some people in the world would definitely must be aware of. So the hidden powers, they will come with first of all, they're already here. Yeah, in the whatever the situation is, whenever she is, wherever she is, wherever he is, the forces are already there, or working on behind the scenes. And so, you know, they want things to happen, maybe to happen fast, and they will bring some opportunities. Even though this came up as a pride, yeah, it feels like it's an upright. It feels like good opportunities coming, or being thrown at them, around them, things like that. And a wish is being fulfilled. I would say there's some hidden forces from Arabic countries. Yeah, hidden forces from Arabic countries. But again, they don't want to. They don't want to come. They don't. Let's say they don't see her as a as something bad. Actually, they look at her in a good way, and they will come with opportunities. Okay, so what will be her her attitude towards those forces, the unknown forces, the unknown, let's say, dangers, the unknown things that we ordinary people don't wake up worrying about. Eight of Swords reversed. It did want to get reversed. Not quite, but it did want to signal that this is a. These are this is what is going to be heavy on her mind, and not her mind, in her heart. She will be seeing it as a she will be seeing those unknown forces as again, she will be seeing it as countries. It's not one country, it's a countries with a lot of restrictions to people, a lot of restrictions to ordinary people. Countries that will be seeing her as a tool to influence Hugh Grossvenor. She would feel like there's a lot of it starts to political, and I really try not to go there, but she would try to avoid the word is political. She would try to avoid political situations, and she will end up trapped, and that's not a good thing. Again, trapped could be meaning different things. Could be in her life, in the relationship with Hugh Grosvenor. It could be different things, but the hidden things probably avoid. That's what I'm getting. Avoid is a good strategy here. So this was my reading for Hugh Grosvenor's future wife, FG, and I have a lot of other readings coming up, and they will be, it seems, all accompanied by the storm that we have over here. So talk to you in the next video. Bye.